Hello, hello, hello. What's going on out there, crypto world? This is your boy, Z Rex, no noise, coming at you live on January 19th, 2021. It's a crappy day over here in Austin, Texas. Raining. It's ugly. It sucks. But, who cares about that? Let's talk about some charts. All right, let's just jump right in it. Let me make one little change on Streamlabs over here. All right. So, kind of nothing much changed market cap wise. Still around a little over $1 trillion. Some big ass movers today, though. Engine Coin kicking ass. Very nice to see that. Also, Ren and some more loop ring follow through. Looks like alts are just, it's go time. I guess we're in full mode alt season here. There's been so many alts I never even heard of that are just like, it's just reminding me of 2017 all over again. It's pretty wild. But hey, what do you expect when the Bitcoin market or the crypto market cap's at over $1 trillion? Bring it on. Let's get it in. Let's talk about Mama Bear first. I know we mentioned some nice movers. Let's talk about a not so nice mover today. Let's see, we got the daily closing here as well in about 28 minutes, as you can see. So that'll probably happen on this stream. We'll see what happens. So let's zoom in a little bit. I was getting a little excited here coming up to test the trend line and get back over this little pivot horizontal we've had drawn on here for a while, but it did not do that. Oh man, yeah, sorry to hear that, David. Well, Netherlands is a cool place. I've been there a bunch of times, but hey, just gotta keep on keeping on. I know it rains there a lot, so that's kind of like part of the environment over there. I was thinking about moving there about 6 years ago before I started my business down here, and that was one of the factors that was kind of like, I don't know. I guess I'm spoiled a little bit in Texas. We got like 300 and something days of sunshine, so I guess I don't really have room to bitch about this one day, huh? All right, man. Let's see. So I didn't like this price action right here. This is kind of shitty. This is not nice. I really thought it would get some follow through, but it just completely reversed on this morning candle. This one's about from 9 o'clock to noon. And the noon to closing time on the market session in my area is 3 o'clock Central Standard. And it just gave it all up, like with a swiftness. I mean, from the peak to trough there is about 5%. And that is just not very sexy price action. Me no likey this. I thought we would get that follow through there, but now it's just getting that rejection. Even Ethereum, which we'll go look at here in a second, kind of backing off. It did hit a new high though, all-time high, so that's cool. About time we saw that, right? What the hell, Vitalik? Jeez. But yeah, getting this rejection, coming back below, engulfing all the moving averages, and now even getting rejected from this shorter term one here on the cyan. Right there, making a wick on this candle that's forming and will be closing in 26 minutes. I'm just not a huge fan of that price action. Me no likey at all. And we're actually back below the RSI here on the exponentials, so that's not sexy. We are still neutral on the DMI, which neutral I consider between 16 and 26. 26 isn't some special number that I came up with. That's just like the threshold, kind of the default. Just looking at DMI on Investopedia, or the simplest one that'll be on there. But I have noticed in the mid-teens is a good pivot point. And then anything below 10 is just absolute. I call it the forgotten zone. And then conversely, you do have a line at around the 30 handle up here between like 35, 40. That is kind of an extreme, but I digress a little bit. But yeah, you can see that this is starting to get a little bit weaker, and we don't have any confirmation on the medium time frames yet with DMI. Let's go to daily. Yeah, daily is even squashing around super neutral. How about a 2-day? 2-day is still bullish on the DMI. So that's good. I do like that. But it's just this pivot area 38,000 is just becoming an issue now. And if this rolls over and makes another lower low on this session of price action, because now we have this high, a lower high, and now we're potentially creating a new lower high. We really do not want to see candles on this medium time frame, which I'm on a 3-hour. We do not want to see those make a lower low right here on this structure at about 34, like low 34,000s. We'll just call it 34K. So that is definitely kind of shitty, but we do still have this kind of triangle that's forming right here. And the apex is coming up here on, January 23. So that'll be by the weekend. And so this will probably resolve by the week. And it still has a little bit of downside action it can go, which would actually not make a lower low here. So we got to hope for bulls that this is going to hold up. But hope is not a trading strategy, by the way. I have de-risked a little bit from this sloppy price action just because you can always get back into trades. You don't want to get married to positions. Nothing goes up forever or down forever. And this is just kind of showing a little bit of weak price action right here. This is no bueno. Let's go over to ETH real quick and check it out. So you can see we came all the way up here, made a new high. The previous high, I mean, I know it depends on the exchange, but I like to use Bitstamp mostly, was 1420, great number. But we barely hit over that at 1440. So literally to the dot, 2 zeros, 1440.00. Like, what the hell? Exactly $20 over the high. This is still looking okay, though. We're not below the exponential on the RSI, so as long as ETH is staying above like this 1340, what is this high over here? 13, yeah, about 1340-ish. It's still okay. It's still intact. Let's see how this daily can close. We definitely want to see this daily close above this wick, preferably at the 1352 area. So that would be nice for probably continuation. It is starting to regain the exponential here. The RSI is starting to regain the exponential on the daily, so that does look cool for bulls. And weekly is just bullish as hell. You can't really get that much from this. Again, as we've talked about on these videos a few times, we are just so damn far away from medium-term averages and low-term averages. Even the 10 simple is 40% away at this point. Even right here, it was only 30% early in this rally. Let's just take a couple. We've done this with Bitcoin. Let's do it with Ethereum now. About 30%. 30%. This one looks pretty big. Yeah, this one was almost 50% back here and about 40% there. So doesn't mean it's going to pull back or anything. It's just something to keep in mind that we do have a long ways to fall, and the structure can still be bullish, which is kind of crazy. We could dump, 30, 40% and still be in an okay bullish structure. So do keep that in mind up here at these crazy prices. Let's go to Litecoin. And Ethereum, actually, Ethereum was really nice. It was like the best chart yesterday, consolidating up here on the highs and then breaking out. This is exactly what you kind of want to see. So this should be getting follow through. We just got to hold that mid 1300 area. Let's go to Litecoin. All right, Litecoin. Yeah, giving it up too. Doesn't look as bad as Bitcoin. Bitcoin was already taking out all of these moving averages. But this is okay actually for Litecoin. That's interesting how much different it is. We did take out like local highs too. Or I'm sorry, yeah. Well, yeah, local highs, because I'm going to compare that to Bitcoin here real fast. You can see Bitcoin has not taken out local highs. See, we're still about a good chunk away, about 7% below that. But if you go back to Litecoin here, if I can type correctly, we have taken those out from about the same time frame. So Litecoin's looking a little bit better. Litecoin staying above 150. I don't have any issues with it to the long side. And it's nice getting above all this business. This daily, I would like to see it close up a little bit more up into the wick here. This kind of sucks, making sort of a little shooting star type thing. But We still do have 20 minutes. Anything can happen, so let's just wait and see what that goes down. Maybe we'll wrap up the video with the daily candle closes here. So Litecoin looking a little bit better. Still needs some work to do to get back over the exponentials down here and get back into the power zone. I like to use the power zone analogy here too. Anything above like 65, 70. I absolutely loathe the overbought, oversold thing, because it puts your mind and your subconscious, I believe, in the wrong mindset. Because like if you think overbought, then it implies that its downside is next because it can't go higher. But it should just be like strength and weakness. So that's why I kind of just go to the power zone and the weak zone. Because you can look at this. It stayed up here above 70 this whole time while it just kept rallying. So doesn't mean it's overbought. It just means the bulls are having a big old party. They're having moon parties. All right, so XRP will be next. Let's go there. XRP had a nice little pump off of this, but just like everything else, giving it up today. Pump it, giving it up. It is coming back to a nice support zone, though. These two horizontals that we've been watching for a hot minute. Price has just been magnetized around those. I guess most everybody delisted them or whatever the crap is going on with XRP. I don't love it or hate it. I think it's weird that kind of everybody does hate it, but whatever. I just like to trade. I don't really give a shit about most of the fundamentals of these because a lot of them don't even have any. So, but yeah, if we can stay above this area, it's the same. Above like 27, 28 cents, it's okay. And this breakout of this consolidation zone and a retest of these moving averages starting to spread open to the upside looks pretty good. The biggest damper on this chart on the medium term is going to be this 377 exponential though, which is this blue. Man, I'm special today. The red dotted line up here, up at about 38 cents. So that's probably the worst part about the medium time frame, but this is setting up for maybe a test for back up here in the mid 30s. Let's go to the daily. Oh, the daily looks kind of shitty though, coming back and giving it all the way back and closing below the 21 exponential, which is the yellow line here. I don't like that. It's also, you can maybe barely see it. There's some gray dots that are right here at about 30.5 cents. It also is getting below that. So the bulls didn't really have the strength to keep pushing that up so far. We'll see if they can maybe continue the party here over the next couple days, which they're going to need to do relatively quickly, because if we get back under this 28 level and get back here in this zone, I don't think that's going to be very good for the Ripple boys. XLM, same kind of thing, kind of ugly, rolling off. What do we got here? Yeah, getting back below the exponentials. The DMI is still pretty neutral, though, but you do have the bears coming back up into the neutral zone after being in the weak zone. So, yeah, not touching that one. Don't like it. There's other stuff. Daily, though, to be fair, does look pretty nice. As long as it holds that 27 cents. It's funny, it's about the same level as Ripple. Who would have thought Ripple and XLM would have been at parity here? Pretty funny. But if we get over 35 cents on XLM, this opens the door, very high probability of like 45, 50 cents. Probably right underneath this fib extension up here, laying at about 53 cents. So, but for bears below 27, 26 and a half, which is going to coincide over the next couple days with this rising 21 EMA. So anything kind of getting below that, not sexy. All right, let's go look at this old school coin, ARDR. It's been around for a long time. As you can see, we can go back to 2017, and we have a trend line cross providing pretty good support way back here. Man, I haven't looked at this chart in so long. We were just talking about this in a chat earlier today, so thought we'd check it out. Yeah, but you can see 5 cents, like 4 or 5 cents has been a decent area for support. And we are getting this rounded formation here. As you can see here, let me just draw it. Maybe you can't see it. There you go. What the hell? I don't know why that's doing that. Oh my gosh, it's spazzing out. I'm sorry about that. That was about to give me a seizure. I guess it didn't like the pink line. Well, anyway, you get it right here. This rounded kind of formation. This is pretty nice looking. I definitely like this setup. Kind of a bottoming saucer pattern. Any price daily close above 10 cents on this guy, I think easily opens up the door to test these highs and the 200 simple at about 15 cents. And then we'll possibly see what happens after that. But yeah, this is setting up pretty nicely. ARDR, let's go to maybe a different exchange and try one. Oh, Poloniex. Yeah, let's go old school. Oh, doesn't go much farther. Jesus, look at that. That's scary. Showing about the same thing, though. Nice, expanding, opening up EMAs. This is exactly what I like to see right here. So anything keeping above about 6-7 cents on this guy. And that daily close, like we just mentioned, above about 10 cents, probably gets us into the mid-teens. So that's a pretty decent looking chart there. All right, let's go look at some of these guys. Loop ring has already just been blowing the doors off. I guess we'll go look at it because why not? Then we're going to go look at equities in a second because they were super exciting today. Not really sarcasm much. Loop ring breaking out. Above 30 cents looks great, and yeah, 30 cents is 30-40% away, but you know, some of these coins, these altcoins, are looking like the majors, and by majors, you know, like Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin. They're just like really far away from the short terms. But yeah, I mean, this is just kind of, this looks really good as long as it's above like 30-35 cents. There's nothing to be bearish about it. Engine, just this coin, man. I feel real stupid. I botched this trade up. Engine is actually breaking out the daily. Let's go to daily. Daily above. Man, look at that. Yeah, we're above all this price action. And this is like some little scam wick crap. I'm not sure what that is. We're not going to really count that price action. Right here at about 37 cents. So that's like literally right where we are. If this daily can pump up a little and close above 37 in the next 12 minutes, probably not super likely, but that would be pretty awesome for continuation on this guy. But anything below, let's see, this wick here, like 30 cents, I would be very cautious about this because look how far away we are. We're 50% away on a daily from a 10 simple moving average. That's getting a little bit frothy. A lot of volume on this guy. Looks like probably the most ever since whatever the hell this fuckery was. But yeah, this is good as long as it's staying above about 30 cents. So not too shabby. Yeah, I totally messed that trade up. I had some right here and I just took it off. I was like, oh, it's moving too slow. Trade your plan. Plan your trade your plan. Just plan your trade your plan. It's so important. Don't let your emotions dictate your trades because that's almost a guaranteed way to lose money for sure. All right, let's see. Let's go to XEM, New Economy Movement. That's an old school one. That's been around for a long time. Oh, this is an interesting kind of chart. Wow, geez. What is this percent? Oh, you know, just a cool shy of 1,000,000%. Not too shabby. Followed by, though, a 98.8% dump. Oof, gotta love crypto, huh? But this looks okay. I don't know if I'd be playing around with this up here. This is kind of playing with fire. You got some bearish divergence on the daily here. It's probably on the weekly too. Yeah, you got slight bearish divergence on the weekly. But, I mean, I guess anything above this 19-cent level is probably okay. Clearing that 28 to 30 cents again. Man, you're in blue sky kind of mode. Not quite blue sky because it's not the all-time highs. That would be $1.88. I don't thinking it's going to go there anytime soon. Let's see. Oh, wow. We are right at a 618 retracement right here at 36 cents. Yeah, and it's already tapped it once. It really would actually after that. It really has to get back over that 36 cents, 37 cents for continuation, and maybe to the 786 here at about 77 cents. But yeah, that one's probably a little bit frothy. You probably got better options out here in the crypto world. Oh man, let's see IOTA. Let's go look at IOTA. We've been following that one a little bit. It's been performing fairly well. Kind of sitting here struggling to really get any momentum. There is still some volume playing on it, as you can see down here, and we've got DMI looking all right. I don't have my horizontals. Let me get those on real quick. You can do that real fast with Alt H if you didn't know. Yeah, so Forgotten Zone on the Bears. So that's interesting. Anything above 50 cents on this guy, it still looks great. Expanding all to the upside. Looks fine to me. I don't have any issues with that. Let's see. Let's go to equities. Although that's not. Dang it. What the hell? All right, here we go. Equities. Oh, look at that. Getting over the mama short term, which is the purple. That's pretty damn good. We must have had a little rally on the reopen here at 5. Yeah, we sure did. A little 8 points. It's a tiny rally. But hey, nonetheless, it's a rally. Getting back above the 10 simple. Pretty nice. Anything above 38.20 and this red box up here starts to become very realistic. And I mean, to be fair, it's only about 200 points away, which is 5-6%. That ain't shit in this market right now. Let's see. Yeah, so ES looking fairly decent. I don't have any issues with this chart. I would like, except actually, I would like to see the DMI bulls get above this threshold here. Not be in the neutral zone. That would be really good confirmation that we would very likely tag up here in this upper box. Let's see what a fib extension is too, just from this price action. Yeah, so maybe a pivot, quick little resistance at like upper 3800s, but that would likely usher in, especially if we can get the DMI up here above 26. Daily. God, this is actually a really weird read on RSI. Staying below the power zone at 7, like right below 70, and just chopping super sideways. And like the whole time that's happened, the market's rallied like 7%. So that's a little bit odd. And DMI is also showing a similar type structure, just real choppy in the neutral zone. Pretty much going all the way back to here. And so RSI has been more like choppy a little bit longer, about double the time. So that's kind of odd. I'm not really sure how to take that read there. Well, let's go to weekly. Weekly is looking all right. Yeah, especially if the weekly closes over these past two, previous two candles. That'll look real nice for continuation. We'll see what happens tomorrow, though. That is the inauguration day for the American president. It's going to be such a great day. It's amazing. Get your popcorn ready. I'm sure there'll be some kind of shenanigans that goes on the way all this shit's been panning out lately. All right, let's go to BAT token because we've kind of been following that one. BAT with the Brave browser. Still okay. Kind of struggling to get some momentum going here and potentially have some bearish daily divergence on there. Not quite yet, though. Really, horizontals are kind of going to be better on this. If we just stay above 25, 26 cents, this one still looks fine. Weekly, man, what is this crap? We need a little bit more time on this. I know we've got a better chart than that guy. Oh, nope. And then we get that. Look at this scam wick over here. Yeah, we'll take it out of log. It'll help a little. Yeah, this looks good. Look, oh yeah, I like this a lot more here because this is what I wanted to see where the 377 exponential was, which is the red dotted here. And you can see they've been flat as hell since last summer, really. And now we have this setup here that looks really awesome on a daily, just staying above 25, 26 cents like we just mentioned. But you do have all these kind of curling up. I mean, there is major support in the low 20s. We lose that 22 cent area, c'est la vie, at least for me, on Batcoin. Batcoin, what the hell? I totally just got distracted with Batcoin for some reason. Let's go to Russell. We need to finish out the equities, not look at crappy S coins all the time. Russell looking nice. Looks like it had a little continuation as well on the open, on the reopen of futures. It sure did. This looks pretty damn strong. Daily looks great. Nice close. Let's see when we have a 2-day closing. Nope. We have to wait for a little bit for that. Okay, so those kind of are all coming in together. But yeah, this is still just bullish. I mean, there's just nothing really to read on this except it's going up until it's not. And just staying above. You could probably raise this bar up a little bit to like these lows on the bodies to about 2100. I'm just going to keep it there because I don't like to mess with the horizontals after I draw them initially. They seem to be good pivot points later in the future. So we're just going to leave those guys on there. Yeah, I mean, if we get this 2162 close on a short time frame, we probably are going to see... Do I have any extensions on this guy? Let me go look at RUT. I might have him on RUT. Oh, that's it. That's what I did have on there. 3618, which we tested. Got a little pullback, which is good. That's healthy. You got to have some ebbs and flows. And now here we are going to the retest of this. Yeah, daily closing above this 3618 at 2170. Oh, that'll be pretty sexy for some continuation on that guy. Do I have any other extensions on there? Nope, I guess I stopped at the 3618 on the RUT. Let's go to the Dow. The Dow Jones. A little bit weaker. Lots of overhead resistance here on all these bodies here at about 31K. Let's go to the weekly. Yeah, but other than that, it looks all right. I don't like this RSI below this threshold, so... That'll get negated, though, if we get just above this, another 100 points to the upside and close on that on a daily. Let's zoom in a little bit. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I do like this. If bulls, especially if they can retain and get back up here above 26 on the DMI, which will probably coincide with just taking out this local high. Yeah, that would look nice for a continuation to at least these highs, I would imagine. And then beyond that, you start getting into that blue sky mode again to where it goes up until it don't. So that's pretty damn bullish as well. Jeez. There's going to be one of these videos sometime in the future where it's just going to be like, oh, God, I guess that caught everybody with their pants down. We're going to get some nasty... I guess most people are probably using red candles, but I like the white ones. So you get all these big old white dildos just murdering everybody. Like we're gonna get some sell-off that's violent at some point, but the timing is damn near impossible. Right now, still looks okay. Super neutral though on DMI, so we don't have any really good strength or momentum to either side, which is kind of odd. Like we were just talking about, yeah, with S&P, you got that super sideways RSI. Let's see if it's on the daily too here. Yeah, look at that. While it's rallying, 6-ish%, we just got flat oscillators here. It's just odd. It's definitely some odd price action. But I guess, hey, it's just a continuation of the weird 2020 year, right? Anything clearing 13,140 probably gets us right up here to 13.3, and then we'll have to reassess anything below 12,700 and testing these lows of these candles in this zone right here becomes pretty likely around mid 12,000s. So that's it on NASDAQ. Let's go to VIX. VIX still struggling to do anything. It had a little bit of a pop yesterday, but kind of gave all that up and just right back in the consolidation squeeze zone. We can take away the bottom part of that chart. Nothing really easy to read here, just kind of boring, going sideways. But hey, as long as this is consolidating above 20, like the market's still pricing in, some potential violent moves. So that is interesting. Not like 2017. Actually, let's go back real quick to that. Like 2017 was like a record low volatility year. And I mean, look at this. Just for a comparison. It was like the opposite. It couldn't even get above 16 for pretty much since this last spike at the end of 2016 for the whole damn year. And if you traded this year and you're like an option seller, you wanted volatility, you didn't get any of that. It sucked. That was a rough trading year because you need some back and forth action to really get the market going and make better money. But yeah, when you just had this incredibly low volatility. I mean, it went down to 9 like a bunch of times. I mean, look at this crap. This is so crazy. Of course, it did spike up, about 400 something percent out of nowhere. But now we're on the other side of that. We're just staying above 20, and it's hard to get back below 20. And so I do think that is kind of showing that people are still a little bit fearful of the market going forward. They're not totally just, hey, buy all in. I know everyone's doing that. I mean, there's so many damn TikTok videos and shit of these kids are like, you just buy calls and the stocks just keep going up because that's how the market works. That won't last forever. A lot of those people are going to get burned and it's going to be sad and you won't be able to do anything to help them either, which kind of sucks too. Sometimes you just got to learn the hard way. And especially if you're thinking like that, like not even doing basic research. Buy a call, people have to go on the market and buy shares, and then it goes up. That's just the craziest damn shit I ever heard. And that is not how that works, by the way, if you don't know about options. VVIX is showing still this interesting kind of pattern of making some higher lows, but even kind of highs, which is kind of usually if you didn't see the chart, that would be like a ascending triangle. This doesn't really look like that, but especially on the daily, it's just such a weird damn chart. But yeah, this is still looking kind of like there's a pop wanting to be put in from this price action. So I'm still watching that very closely. If this loses the 112 area right around this, and especially like 110, then I'll think a little bit different. Maybe we are about to get some volatility contraction. Let's go to dollar, the DXY, the Dixie. Dixie giving it up here. So that's good. That's good for commodities and such. Kind of coming right up to the line here and getting rejected. But it is finding support on the 21. So let's zoom in a little bit. Yep, still kind of finding support all around that level, around the 90 handle, low 90s. So this isn't out of the woods until we break back below like 90, 10, 90, 20 area. Then we probably get some continuation. But this is a little bit of a stronger push against it than we've seen in a while. Maybe this one is probably the closest back in early November. Let's see if TNX was coinciding with that. Yeah, a little bit of a pump. This is the thing that makes me believe that the dollar might get a little bit more for follow through, is that short-term yields on the 10-year, they're staying bid up pretty good. And I mean, this is a pretty big run. Like, 20% in yields is nothing to bat at. That's definitely important to pay attention to. And so if this continues, I mean, anything above like this dollar range, like low dollars, and especially if this thing breaks out over 116, I would look for lots of continuation in dollar strength, which will not bode well for markets as across the board. Gold, Bitcoin, pretty much everything. Let's look at euro. Is the euro finding a little bit of love off of this bounce? After this, that's backwards. Bouncing, finding love after the sell-off here. Get my damn words correct. Find a little resistance here at 121.5. Let's see, zoom in, see if we can get any kind All right, we do have a little bit of strength here. Get the bulls coming back up. If they can get back in the power zone, it's nice that the bears are getting back here for the. If you're a Euro bull, this looks pretty good and constructive. Clearing above this 121 half, 122. Well, 122 is way up here, so 121 half should usher in probably the test to 122, and this is pretty much the inverted dollar chart. It's not exact, but it's damn close. See, I just inverted it right there. You can do that Alt-I on your keyboard real easy, and then you can just flip it back. So this is interesting. If this keeps finding support here, I might even think about nibbling on a little bit of a Euro long there. Don't listen to me, though. Do your own research and all that kind of stuff. Blah, 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 blah. All right, let's look at gold. That candle was pretty good from yesterday. We had that follow through closing up. Is this today's candle? No, this is the newest one. Okay, so it's like just so tiny you can't even see it. So pretty decent reaction. As long as gold holds like definitely this wick, which is like 1800, almost flat, but more so this bodies, which coincides with all this business here at about 1825. If we just hold that, gold looks okay. The only big problem with gold is, this is not good for gold. Bears are pretty much in control of this market on a daily time frame. Not on a 2-day, kind of neutral. Let's go weekly. Weekly is very neutral too. But on the daily, the bears are in control. So maybe for re-entering longs, like getting back over 1860 is probably the safer bet, and waiting for a daily or a couple daily closes above that. Because, right now we're showing bears are definitely flexing on them bulls right now. Medium time frames, bulls are trying to catch up. Again, they're going to need to get over. It's the same actual price action as the daily, about 1860. So, and I mean that's only 20 points away from here. So yeah, it's only like about 1%. I'd rather wait for a little bit better confirmation for the have like better probability of a retest of maybe like right under 1900 if we clear that 1860 area. I do have an iron condor on gold right now, so which is a neutral strategy with options. So it can go sideways longer for my position. I won't hate that. That's fine with me. Bring it on. Although silver, I do have long positions on with call spreads. And that probably maybe doesn't make sense to people. Call spreads are real simple. You buy closer to the money and sell farther out of the money, and it makes a debit. And I'm probably going to go off topic here a little bit, but it's a way to kind of leverage up a little bit and not have to put as much capital at risk. And I don't like to pretty much ever buy calls or puts straight out because of theta. If you don't know what theta is, that is the time decay in the option. So like every hour, every day that goes by, you lose money if price and everything else stays equal. So you have to pay, kind of like when you're short, if you go in and short something, you have to pay the broker to borrow. And so it's a similar kind of thing. You're paying to hold that position open, and it's kind of like a premium that just will murder your account over time if you don't get the move fast enough. That's why short-term options are incredibly dangerous. And by short-term, I mean like anything less than like 30 days is super dangerous. A good trader, and I was at a conference years ago in Chicago, and one of the big options traders down there, he was saying that just don't trade options ever under 3 weeks. And I know you're like, never say never, whatever. But in my experience, trading under those time frames is pretty damn dangerous, unless you can be very disciplined and get out super fast when price tells you you're wrong, which is incredibly hard to do. If you've traded any amount of time, you can be like, oh, I'm going to buy here, and then the price goes down here, and you're like, if a daily closes below this, I'm going to get out, and then it does, and you're like, oh, well, but it's above over here though, so it's okay. Or you start making all these excuses, which is emotionally trading instead of being like, oh, let me just adhere to my plan, because you're in a better mind state when you first open trades than when you have confirmation bias from your P&L. So, all right, little tangent there, ranting about some price action things, trading things. Hey, but I guess that's what this is all about, right? GDX, not great chart here, pretty sloppy. Let's look at it on a weekly, because the daily on GDX, as you can see, just looks like a shitty ass penny stock. So let's go weekly. Yeah, super, man, this looks okay on the weekly as long as it's holding 34 bucks, 33, 34 bucks, and we do have this major horizontal at like 32. Yeah, the daily, I just hate the daily on this. The 2 days, like, probably my preferred way to look at minings and metals and stuff. Yeah, so let's just say 32 bucks on that. As long as we stay above that, it still looks all right. Not too shabby. All right, what else did I want to look at? I think that was it. We're probably getting close. Oh, we did do the daily close already. Let's wrap up with that. Daily, oh, gross. Gross candle close on the daily, closing on the lows of it, which is 35 888s. Yeah, so closing right on the bottom of that. I don't like that at all. Let's see here. RSI is kind of making some lower lows, but that slight that we talked about yesterday or the day before, that little mini version of hidden bullish divergence on the daily still exists. I'm not going to trade off of just solely that, because I don't like this price action from getting rejected. And now there's this little trend line kind of forming along with the horizontal. You can see that better on the short terms here. And yeah, I mean, this candle and this structure after this rejection of it trying to break out is not great. Now, could we just base out here for a second, go sideways, and have continuation? Abso-freaking-lutely, that can happen. 100%. But right now, just getting these kind of engulfing type candles and this rejection of this zone and making a lower high, not sexy. As I started the video with, we better not make a new lower low on this intermediate structure. That will not be sexy at all. So that means no daily closes or medium term closes below like 34, like 34 and a half ish. So as long as we stay above that, it's all good in the hood. And this resolution, as we did for the triangle action, the resolution, I know people are gonna be like, what is this? How are you connecting these? You got to use bodies or whatever. Man, this isn't science. You know, I've learned that you got to be a little bit loose, because we're all watching the same movie. So I like to just like generally put them on there, and you know, close enough is close enough. That's all I like to kind of say. So yeah, but this isn't super terrible yet. Let's just not make a lower low, and then I'll be a little happy for the upside. All right. Other than that, unless anyone has a request or something to go look at a coin, I think I'm going to leave it there for the day. Because, yeah, holy crap, I'm already in 46 minutes. Sometimes I am long-winded on my talking points. But anyways, yeah, again, we got to get above 38K on a daily close to get some upside going. Is kind of what the price action is telling us. And let us please not make a lower low on this structure. That is not going to be good. All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate y'all watching. We will catch y'all in the next video. Mañana. Happy trading. Be safe out there. Much love. Peace.